Hi vinyl community, this is Bob from Canada, and this is my second video that I'm making. I made one on my thrift sale finds the first time, and now speaking to my cameraman, who is Alistair, is my son, suggested that leave the thrift sale finds for a little bit and concentrate on your collection of your favorite records that you've picked up, going back when you first started.
That's right, Dad, and tell them how long you've been doing it for.
I will. I'll tell them. Yes. As you can see, I'm no spring chicken, so I can go back quite a way. I got involved in records starting when the first wave of the British first wave came over with the Beatles, the Stones, the Animals, and then I progressed up there, first of all buying 45s, going along, and I've always sort of had a feeling of, or for British records, and they've been ones that I've been after, all the British groups, and when I would go to a shop looking for records, I wouldn't know who they were, but I would look and see who was on the cover. I'd flip it over, see the length of the songs, who the artists were, and take it from there. And I'd like to share with you some of my rare British records that I've found. These are all first press British pressings, and we'll start with Igginbottom. The group's called Igginbottom, and the title of the album is Igginbottom's Wrench. This came out in 1969, and there's the cover on the back. And this was the first album that Alan Holdsworth, the British guitar player, played on, and then from there skyrocketed to unbelievable guitar fame. So I'll put that one down. This next one, this is a group called Steamhammer. They're also British, and this is their first album, which came out on CBS in 1969. Incredible album, fabulous guitar, fabulous drums. Martin Pugh is the guitar player. Steamhammer put out 4 albums. This is the first one. It's a real dilly. This is an incredible one. This group is called Writing on the Wall, and the album's called Power of the Picts. They're a Welsh band. There's the back cover. Fantastic. This is on the Middle Earth label, and it was a very rare label. It was also a club, the Middle Earth Club, and then they put out albums, put out a label. Fantastic stuff. Here's one of my faves. Black Cat Bones. This is an incredible album. They only put out one album on the Decca Nova series, and I actually got this one in England. It says 28 shillings 6pence. I still left the label on there. There's the back cover. The cool thing about this one is that the guitar player, Rod Price, after he left this band, he went on to join Foghat with former members of the Savoy Brown Blues Band, and also 2 brothers that were in here, Stuart and Derek Brooks. They went on to join a band called Leafhound, and that's an incredible album as well. This group, they're called Little Free Rock, and they only put out one album. They were a British trio. Good hard rockin' trio guitar work, good drums. It's on the label called Transatlantic, and that label really was quite famous for putting out folk albums, although this is a rock-oriented album. Transatlantic. The next one, oh wow. This is a particularly rare one. It's called Horse. And this is an original British pressing, and at the top you can see it's blank at the top there. It says RCA, and then it says Victor over here. Ones that I've seen on the net usually show this cover having 4 or 5 stars in the middle. Now that, I think, is a German pressing, but this is the British pressing, original. This is an incredible album. The drummer on here, Rick Parnell, went on to play with Atomic Rooster, and he progressed through the years, ending up playing in a fusion band called Nova, and fantastic stuff. Horse. This is a great one. This one's called Killing Floor, and it's their first album, and it's on the Spark label, and it's also from 1969, and it has a guitar player on here, Mick Clark, who went on after Killing Floor, had groups under his own name, the Mick Clark Band. This is the first Killing Floor album. They did record a second one. The thing about these records is that at the time when I picked them up at these shops, quite a few of them in Seattle, I would go down, see these albums, pick them up, and then I would leave and come back to Canada so that the next time I went down, their second one might not be there, but different ones would still be there. So I would pick up on different things. This is an incredible album. Tear Gas. They're a Scottish band, and I actually saw them perform live in 1971 at the Lyceum Theatre in England, and I saw them as Tear Gas, the original, as a 4-piece, guitar, bass, drums, and lead singer, Davey Batchelor, Zal Clemenson on guitar, fantastic hard rockin', kick butt rock. They also had a previous album, Tear Gas, called Piggy Go Getter, which was also released in the UK and in the United States. And when I went to see them, they were promoting this album here. They were really, saying, this is the album we want you to hear. The first one, they didn't really want people to have anything to do with because it's nowhere near as good as this one. They did one track from the first album called Witches Come Today. Other than that, they concentrated on all the tracks from this album, plus different ones as well. That's Tear Gas from Scotland. Here's a rare one. It's called Jasper. The band is called Jasper, and the album is called Liberation. And this also came out in 1969, and it also is on the Spark label. Now, these guys, this album is really good, and I don't know too much about all the players on here, but I do know that the drummer, Chico Greenwood, he went on to play in some other British bands. That's about the only name that I remember seeing after this one. But this is really fantastic rock. They do a bunch of different styles on this album here. They have sort of an orchestra thing, lead in, and that fades out, and then it comes on to the first track, goes to the end of the second side where the orchestra comes back on again, fades out, you flip it over, starts in again, goes through. Really good, well thought out. The cover is sort of the face of a soldier. The helmet looks American, but they're definitely a British group. Fantastic stuff, particularly rare. All right, we're going to close off this video with my holy grail of records that I picked up in 1971. This is an original Leafhound Growers of Mushroom that I picked up at the time in 1971.
Dad, is there any way I could persuade you to take it out of the cover?
I think I could do that.
Just to let them all know that, this is the real thing.
It is.
2 sleeves you had on there.
I did. I'm a bit of a nut that way sometimes.
Flip it over.
I've seen people on YouTube in the vinyl community showing Leafhound albums. I haven't seen anyone show an original, but that's not to say that there aren't ones out there, because I haven't checked every video that's out there. But for me, this is the top as far as hard rock. People compare it with Led Zeppelin. It is a bit Zeppelin-ish. It's riff rock. And the very cool thing is that when I went into the shop to look at this, I looked at the cover, I thought, oh my God, that's fantastic. I flipped it over, I started looking at the personnel, and the personnel on this album are the two Brooks brothers from Black Cat Bones, Derek and Stuart Brooks, and the vocalist is Pete French from, he played with Atomic Rooster, he played earlier with blues bands, and I looked on the back and I saw the names and I recognized the names, so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to pick this up. I wish I'd picked up 10 copies at the time, but not knowing, but looking and seeing that you know, it would probably be fantastic just by the cover and the title, Growers of Mushroom, that it would be excellent, and it is. It's truly one of the rarest major label hard rock albums. I will even take it out and show you that it is an original Decca pressing in the original sleeve. This record is absolutely mint. I may have played it 2 or 3 times at the outside. When I bought my albums, I would bring them home, record them onto cassette tape, and then put these away and play the tapes. So these records are all near mint condition, and that's the way I hope to keep them. Well, that's my showing for this time, and please, if you see this vid, would you please leave a comment? Let me know what you think, yay or nay. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Other than that, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and thank you to my cameraman, my son, for helping me do this video. And the next video that I make will probably, I'll go back to my thrift sale finds. And until then, keep rocking in a free world. Thank you. Bye-bye.